Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the only podcast where you get unfiltered and unbiased views on the world of sports. I'm your host, Howard, and we're excited to dive into the latest news and developments from around the league. Today, we're going to talk about the recent NFL draft and some of the surprising picks that caught everyone off guard. From Ty Simpson's unexpected selection by the Los Angeles Rams to Nate Boerkercher's rich pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars, there were plenty of eyebrow-raising moments during the draft. Let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles, who had a relatively quiet draft but made some interesting moves. They selected some talented players who could make an immediate impact on their team. On the other hand, teams like the Los Angeles Rams and Jacksonville Jaguars raised some eyebrows with their picks. The Rams' selection of Ty Simpson, for instance, was seen as a curious move by many experts. While Simpson is undoubtedly a talented quarterback, the Rams' current roster and playoff aspirations make this pick seem like a long-term investment rather than a short-term solution. Meanwhile, the Jaguars' pick of Nate Boerkercher has been criticized for being too rich, given the player's limited playing time in college. We'll also be discussing some of the best value picks from the draft, including Dalen Everett's selection by the Pittsburgh Steelers and Josh Cameron's pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars. These players have shown tremendous potential and could become key contributors to their respective teams in the near future. As we analyze these picks and more, we'll be joined by special guests who will provide their insights and expertise on the draft and its implications for the upcoming season. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion, folks. We're diving into the world of college football, where the excitement is already building for the upcoming season. You know, it's that time of year when fans start speculating about which teams will dominate and who will be the standout players. And speaking of standout players, let's talk about the Heisman Trophy contenders. According to recent reports, there are several quarterbacks who are already making waves and generating buzz. We've got C.J. Carr from Notre Dame, Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss, Julian Sayin from Ohio State, Josh Hoover from Indiana, Dante Moore from Oregon, and Arch Manning from Texas. All of these talented athletes are being touted as potential Heisman winners. Each of them has had an impressive run in the past season, with remarkable stats and game-changing performances. But what's interesting is that some of these players have already proven themselves on the big stage. For instance, Julian Sayin was a Heisman finalist last season, while Josh Hoover is looking to lead Indiana to another successful campaign after the departure of Fernando Mendoza. And then there's Dante Moore, who shocked everyone by deciding to return to Oregon for one more year. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Howard, it's still early days, and a lot can happen between now and the end of the season. And you're right, injuries, team dynamics, and coaching strategies can all impact a player's performance. But one thing is certain, these quarterbacks are going to be thrilling to watch, and their battles on the field will be epic. So, who do you think has what it takes to win the Heisman Trophy? Will it be one of the seasoned players, or perhaps someone who'll come out of nowhere and surprise us all? The anticipation is building, folks, and we can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Speaking of legacy athletes, welcome back to the show, folks. As we wrap up today's edition of Howard's Opinion, I'd like to shift our focus to a fascinating story that has been making waves in the sports world. Shedeur Sanders, the son of the iconic Deion Sanders, has just graduated from the University of Colorado, and this milestone event has sparked some intriguing conversations. Now, as many of you may know, Shedeur is not only a talented athlete but also a legacy athlete in every sense of the word. His father, Deion Sanders, is an NFL legend and a Nike signature athlete with his own signature shoe line, and it appears that Shedeur is following in his father's footsteps, both on and off the field. What caught my attention was Shedeur's recent Instagram post, where he paid homage to his father by laying out his graduation gown and cap in a similar manner to how Deion laid out his San Francisco uniform before a Super Bowl game. This gesture not only showcases the close bond between the two, but also highlights the significance of family legacy in sports. But that's not all, folks. The post also revealed Shedder's impressive physical transformation, with him looking almost shredded compared to his physique during his time at Colorado. And if you take a closer look, you'll notice that he's wearing a unique pair of Nike shoes, the Proto 92, which is a prototype that was never released to the public. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The colorway of these shoes is an unreleased player exclusive, which is a nod to CU's history and a tribute to his father's legacy. It's clear that Shedder is not only making a statement with his fashion choices, but also solidifying his own brand and identity within the sports world. As we discuss the concept of legacy athletes, it's essential to recognize that Shedder is carving out his own path while still honoring his family's heritage. And with rumors of him potentially getting his own Nike signature shoe line, separate from his father's, we might be witnessing a historic moment in the world of sports marketing. The possibility of a father-son duo having their own signature lines in a professional sport is unprecedented, and it raises questions about the intersection of family legacy, branding, and athletic performance. Will Shedder be able to forge his own unique identity while still leveraging his family's name and reputation? Only time will tell. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep your head in the game.